federal government of Nigeria. Here, Jehovah will see it. Where is the treasonable felon? Where is it? All these years, journalists are shouting, treasonable, treason. What is treason today? He's gone. In some way, this terrorism charge will go. I'm thinking of another capital offense that can charge me with. Maybe, I don't know, impregnating the wife of somebody. I don't know what other thing they're going to charge.
You say you are innocent of all these charges?
The federal government, they know I'm not guilty. My only guilt is that I'm fighting for my people. And I will fight for them.
Okay, so
for justice and fairness and equity everywhere. Our family is based on 4 cardinal points. You must be without fear before your enemies. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. You must help the poor and those who cannot help themselves. And be of good character that God may love thee. That's who we are.
Okay, he sacked his lawyer, and at the same time, he said what? He said no to, self-defense. For what transpired yesterday in court, do you think that the federal government will let go of nnamdi Kanu?
Yes, that's the exposure, that's the suspicion, and that tells you that the IPOB leader himself has gotten to a point that he is need to enter alone because the jungle has matured. It's the time for him to prove himself, beyond any reasonable thought, because this judicial system seems to be compromised. From all the pictures that have been painted so far, it looks like Omotosho likely, from the actions of nnamdi Kanu, want to actually jail him, and he need to put it to the public clearly that he is the one. If you are going to jail me, I am the one that will determine whether you are competent enough to sit down in my presence and engage me in a matter the appeal court has discharged and acquitted. There shouldn't be no trial in the first place. So you can see the whole thing is a calculated effort, a game plan. And you saw what transpired, that his own lawyer, Ejimako, has also been arrested, and those who are supposed to build and fortify himself on legal advice or the other, has already been apprehended by the government. So what is left for him alone is to stand alone, and there's nothing wrong with standing alone, because he will be bold enough to mention some certain things his lawyers cannot be able to mention because of the fear that the member is sanctioned by the Nigeria Judicial Commission or the Nigeria Bar Association. So I can tell you that nnamdi Kanu has embarked on a deadly legal move to confront oppression. This is a clear-cut operation, a deliberate one. And you can see it. He was denied medical care. He was denied opportunity to have time for his defense. And you insisted that he must start his defense immediately. Omotosho can be rescued from trying this matter because nnamdi Kanu is of the suspicion that from everything pointing towards direction, somebody that denied you health care so that you will not die, deny you that, can jail you. And that is what he is standing and said he has gone to that point. Yes, with due respect to all his legal team and all that, Kanu Gambi, who is a former Attorney General, yes, he made it very clearly that nnamdi Kanu, from their assessment, that he can defend himself, and he's concluded by wishing him good luck because he knows at this point in time, nnamdi Kanu finally is going on a suicide legal mission to defend himself and protect himself because he refused a political solution to that. What at this background, as you can see, the lion himself, walking in, confidently, you can see what happened. He's not afraid of Omotosho. Go and ask Bintayako. Go and ask all of them. The question is this: why are the judges, after running away from nnamdi Kanu's trial, what is the interest that Omotosho actually picked? When he came in initially, was like, this is what it is. There's no matter in this. He was just going to pass judgment straight away, and we will speed the trial and all that. Okay, look at the manipulation. that are coming in gradually. So it has gotten to a point, that the trust is no longer there, the belief is no longer there, that there's a possibility that he's presiding over the case might be compromised by certain forces. Who caged him? That's the question. Those who caged him has compromised the process of, and based on that, Manzanka is saying, now I can actually go out there to defend myself. But I am pleading on both international and national media houses, respective media houses, to and human rights activists, organizations, CLO, to push for, public hearing of Nnamdi Kanu's trial. Thank you.
Okay, but with this Nnamdi Kanu case still ongoing, do you not think, if this case is not properly handled, do you not think this might bring a total or completely disgrace to Nigeria?
I don't know how how Omotosho is going to summon both existing ministers, former governors and ministers who are involved, Attorney General and the Chief of Army Staff. They need to appear in court, because the matter is not based on self-determination anymore. It's not about Biafra anymore. And the matter is not about felony again. It's about terrorism. Then how did Nnamdi Kanu become a terrorist? Where we are seeing the IPOB members everywhere physically, anywhere in the world without arms. I don't understand. Nigeria, they've been asking you, Nigeria, which way? I don't understand. Oh, you are seeing every point in time, anywhere in the world, you see IPOB conducting themselves on a non-violent movement and everywhere. And Nnamdi Kanu is the IPOB leader. He has never used gun anywhere. So let them come and prove how he was able to kill people in Obigbo, how he was able to kill people in Lagos, how he was able to find his way back to Nigeria from Kenya. But in a safe situation, in an atmosphere where there is civility, in an atmosphere where there is democracy, in an atmosphere where there is law, where is the basis of Nnamdi Kanu continuous detention for 5 years without any concrete judgment pronouncement? And that is why the judges were running from the matter. James Omotosho will still remember the kind of judgment you passed in Rivers State. Nigerians still know. We are watching with our hands, our Kimbo. Nnamdi Kanu is going to face the reality and stand for oppression. Judicial oppression, political oppression, whatever oppression, teleguided, tailored, compromised, whatever it is, Nnamdi Kanu has at this point entered jungle trial for justice. I call it jungle trial for justice. If you're a soldier, it will get to a point where almost all your battalion has been scattered as a result of warfare. And you discover at every point in time, or a certain point in the war front, that you are a soldier and you're just standing alone. And that's what's happening to Nnamdi Kanu now. He's standing alone and is ready to face oppression. And God, Chukwokika Abiyama, the God of heaven and earth, knows that Nnamdi Kanu is innocent. The Lagos state government set up a panel on answers. Nnamdi Kanu's name was not there. The question, you that is interviewing me, did you see Nnamdi Kanu's name there in the panel? The answer is no. On Obigbo, I can tell you many more that Nnamdi Kanu is going to activate himself to the reality on ground and prove to the whole world that what he is facing is no longer trial, but an interest based on conquest.
Okay, but one of the main points yesterday was that Nnamdi Kanu insisted. He said Omotosho cannot try him, and at the same time, he has come and said that a lot of people are saying, why is it that this trial is being taking place in Abuja? Why not in Abia State? Because they say Nnamdi Kanu is charged for terrorism, and ESN was, we know that ESN was
The
formed.
Kenyan government has ordered Nigerian government has been reported in several platforms that they should return nnamdi Kanu to Kenya in the first place. They contravene both the international and Commonwealth treaties that bind nations. That's another thing, you know. What you are saying there is that if there is no court anywhere, anytime that can try this kind of matter based on the court pronouncement of the appeal court, discharged and acquitted, what is Omotosho's interest? Initially, nnamdi Kanu, who is very humble and easygoing, gave Omotosho that platform to do the needful by allowing him pronouncing judgment that he has no case to answer, and that was why he tendered no case submission. And later he come back again and say nnamdi Kanu have a case to answer. That's what you are saying now. Is that means something went wrong somewhere. If there is an action, there must be a reaction. Necessity can give birth to mother of invention. We are not going to invent another legal history in what nnamdi Kanu is facing now, and it will become a reference point to the world, because the whole world is watching. There's a protest, there's a signal to this injustice against the Igbo nation, against the symbol of resistance, while Fulanis who are carrying AK-47 are killing people and nobody is prosecuting them. That's the question Omotosho needs to answer himself. As he engages himself, nnamdi Kanu opens a defense. He's going to stand trial, standing alone in the dark, to look at Omotosho and whoever that's involved, cross-examination, whatever it is. Let us watch and see how nnamdi Kanu was is guilty of charges that was brought before him, that a competent court up to the appeal, this is the Federal High Court, up to the appeal, have discharged him and acquitted, and no crime was found against him until this moment, where we are seeing that a judge is saying that nnamdi Kanu have a case to answer, and that's what is happening in the court today. nnamdi Kanu is going to engage them from now, and I still plead that he should be allowed to establish himself very well in terms of defending himself. But I can tell you that God is on his side and he will prevail over.
The truth is finally out. Now that the Finnish government has declared the CDS of Nigeria, Musa, a terrorist now, what is the next phase of the lie? What lies can the government tell Nigerians? Now that Samonepa is no longer in the picture, because it has always been pictured that Samonepa is the cause of insurgency in Southeast, and now that insurgency has stopped in Southeast, and now that the Finnish government has vindicated Samonepa, that those sponsoring insecurity and terrorists in the country are those some persons in the military. Now, where would CDS Musa bury his shame? Because a group of people are saying we want to exit the country. Because the Igbos are saying they are tired of the contraption called One Nigeria. That this One Nigeria, it will not work, and then it has not been working. It has been a country full of lies, propaganda, and shame. That has always been how it is from. So I am not surprised that the Finnish government has now come out to say CDS Musa is a terrorist for all the atrocities he has been, for all the atrocities he has committed, in disguise of pretending to keep One Nigeria. And that One Nigeria has caused a whole lot of catastrophe in the country. Just some days ago, a notorious bandit that was declared wanted was seen in Katsina State with top government officials going for peace talk. between Mazi Samonepa and that terrorist. Who is more deadly? Who is more deadly? But here we are today. Mazi Kanu is still in detention. Kanu is still in detention because of the Igbophobia, of the hate. If Samonepa happens to be from the Fulani extraction, Samonepa would not be a terrorist. I can beat my chest because we've seen Fulani militias that have been given amnesty. We've seen Fulani militias that have been integrated into the society. Now that Finland are waiting to the ICC, Nigeria should immediately hand over CDS Musa for custody. Because the French government have done their own findings too. And they've seen that something is pushing under the ground. That this man has a connection with these Fulanis, has a connection with these bandits, has a connection with these terrorists. So if they are sincere, they should hand over CDS Musa to ICC for questioning. Because now that the French government has done their own conclusion, I've seen that CDS Musa himself is not innocent in this. Nigeria cannot pretend as if they are not aware that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how they tend to die the matter, it is in the social media space. Everybody has seen it that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how the Nigerian government want to die this matter, but they are very quick to declare Samonepa and IPOB a terrorist group. Now that the Finnish government and the ICC has declared CDS Musa a terrorist, why is the story not online? Why is the story not flying online? Because they themselves are also part of people championing insecurity and terrorism in the country. And that is why I say that anybody that speaks against the vision of the country, they will do everything possible to take that person off the hook. They will do everything possible for them to take that person off the hook. That is why I see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention. And the Finnish government, they were so gullible to be used by the Nigerian government. They were just too gullible. Because if they were not gullible, why would a country like Nigeria come to tell you that Samonepa is the one sponsoring insecurity all the way from Finland, and you sit your ass down in Finland and you believe them? But there are some rumors that the envelope also changed hand. You know Nigerian story now. You know Nigerian government, that Nigerian government, anything that Nigerian government cannot do to bribe does not exist. I am very sure that the government have bribed the Finnish courts, and that is why I see that Samonepa was wrongfully accused and sentenced. Now that the appeal court is now coming out to reverse all your stuffs. It is now a very clear indication that Samonepa is innocent of all the charges leveled against him, because the Finnish government has come out to indict CDS Musa, saying that CDS Musa is the major financier of insecurity in Nigeria, and it should be tried by ICC. not just local courts. He should be tried by ICC. Enough of all these presents. We know that this one Nigeria, it can never work. No matter how we tend to rub our heads, no matter how we tend to try to patch things up, that one Nigeria cannot work. And that has always been the current state of mind, that one Nigeria would not take us anywhere and that it will not work. Today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not coming out. Now, the list of people, ICC will publish names of people sponsoring banditry and sponsoring insecurity in Nigeria. Their names will be published. And when that is published, let's see how Sidia would escape it. Let's see how Sidia would escape the wrath. They have used kangaroo judgments to sentence Simon Ekpa. But today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not out. That everybody knows the reason why insecurity is still thriving in Nigeria. And it's just because of one person that claims he is protecting the masses, rather underground, supporting the fight for terrorism. But the question is, how long can we continue to be deceived? How long can we continue to be deceived by the Fulanis? Don't forget that the CDS is a Fulani man. How long can we continue to be deceived by a Fulani man in our own country? And tomorrow you say that Biafra will not exist. Biafra will exist. No matter how you tend to hold it, Biafra would exit the country. No matter how you tend to keep it, Biafra would exit this country. And I am sure that Mazen Kanu and Mazen Samonepa will come out strong, no matter how they tend to do all this rubbish. They will come out strong. If today is the first time of coming across this channel, please can you like this video, share it, comment for more political discourse. Thank you.